and stuff, you can also see the
Oh,
prophet that adultery was no longer a sin punishable by death. So now we end up
Holl,
going into a whole bunch
Domay
of other
is
things.
your
For instance,
wife
when the Messiah,
now.
there was a woman that was brought to him, and she was caught in the very
Wow,
act of adultery.
congratulations.
And of course, he stooped down and wrote on the ground because what was happening? You got all these unjust men running around, breaking all these laws, transgressing all these laws, and misusing and abusing the women, and they had little to
That
no
was
voice whatsoever at all
fast.
today. And with them not having any voice whatsoever at all, pretty much whatever a man said almost
Really
literally
fast.
condemned the woman, unless there was some men that was honorable and some men that were around that were
Holl,
very spiritual.
Domay, and you got
So Jesus
married.
began to write on the
Oh,
ground, and they kept
boy,
describing
bear
Pharisees
meat.
and then he looked up at them and he said, all right, you is without sin. Go ahead and cast the
And
first stone.
you
So in
know
other words,
who
he
is
didn't
bear
stop
meat.
them from judging the woman. What he did was have them to be able to
Stop
internalize it, to be able to look
pretending.
inside
I
their
don't
own
know
little wicked
who
hearts
is
to see
bear
exactly what's
meat.
going on. And so Jesus turns around and sees that these people take their little stones or their rocks or their boulders, whatever they had, and from the eldest to the youngest, they throw them down on the ground and they walk off because every one of them was full of sin. In other words, if you are full of sin and you have sin that you have never repented of and you still living in sin, how in the hell can you sit here and judge somebody else? But the key is that this woman was caught in the act of adultery, so it was set up from the very beginning. All right,
You
now,
love
with
to
the
pretend.
wickedness of man,
You love
how do we know that
to
this woman, I mean, we just
lie.
got something vague in the story stuff, but it is odd that this woman was caught, that the man wasn't there to actually receive the same judgment. And see, that's what the Messiah was doing, because he knew the
Getting
intent,
divorced.
the thoughts and
It
the intent
takes
of men's
a
heart.
year.
He knew that this woman wasn't getting a fair shake, and he
And
probably already knew that this was a setup from the very beginning. And so they
Holl
could not
and
judge this
Kenneth
woman.
is
So they
married
threw down
for
the
3
stones,
years.
and of course, he said to the woman, he says, hey, woman, where are your accusers
In
at?
fact,
Where are your accusers?
Kenneth
No one.
has
Ain't nobody around
a
him.
daughter.
He says, I'll tell you what, neither do I accuse you. Look at this. Go and sin
So
no more. In other words, hey,
I
you
went
got
through
right here, but
a
don't do
messy
this again.
divorce.
Don't continue on in
So
this
I know
behavior.
how long
When
it
you look at
takes
Leviticus 18, Leviticus 18 are actually
a
laws that
divorce
govern sexual
too.
morality. I mean, from one end of the spectrum to the next, which you would do well if you would go back and you would read those things and forget this cultural design that we've got sitting in front of us right now that is very immoral. As a matter of fact, the United States
Cut
of
the
America has
bullshit
got
right
Sodom
there.
and Gomorrah beat 1,000 times over. And that's the reason why that judgment for us is imminent.
You and Holly
But you know,
are
they have a bunch of
married.
do's and don'ts. And the sentiment of this whole entire chapter is this. From the very beginning,
Holl, Domay, and you
when you
are
go into another
married.
country, when you go into this land,
Holl,
do not do
Domay
after the
is your
abominations
wife.
of these nations. Because the iniquity of this
You
land
know,
is going to consume it, and I'm going to judge it. Just like, and I'm going to destroy the
Holl
and that's what's
has
in America. The iniquity
bipolar
of this land is
disorder. This is going to really
well, now we are in America.
bother her
Listen to me, all you people out
bipolar
there.
disorder. You know, she is going to freak out. You know, she is going to freak out now. Because thanks to you and your lies.
And he has sex with 2 or 3 or 4 women. I know you're going to hate this.
Yes.
What I'm getting ready to say. But if that man is having sex with 2 or 3 or 4 women, and watch this now,
you know,
watch this now, and neither one of those women are married to another man,
with your lies,
2 or 3 or 4 wives.
You can push her to commit suicide.
Get me a man too. See, that's your problem, because you are outside of your order. You are outside of the way you have been.
If he does,
outside of your role. You can't
it's going to be on your shoulders.
That's the reason why many of you today, your souls are fragmented as hell. And you women who have adopted this feminist movement, well, I'm just as good as any man, and all this.
I hope she does not.
Just as good as any man, because there ain't a man out there that's worth a damn. So then you ain't just as good as any man. And if you continue to keep taking that actual stance and position that you just.
Do you want that?
You actually diminish yourself. You're part
Do
of
you
your
really
character.
want
What I'm
that?
saying today is very painful because it flies in the face of all organized religion.
Telling
It flies in the face of
lies.
all these liars out here who have fragmented your mind through religion and try to actually get
Telling
you to be
lies.
convicted of something that is not sin because religion
Do you want
says.
to destroy lies?
Woman, you're designed for one man.
Destroy
Now,
lies.
of divorce. Actually,
I have a granddaughter.
if you don't do certain things. Adultery
She
was not
needs
one of those
her
things
mother.
that was a divorceable crime back then. You paid for it by death. So my, how things have changed. Well, we get over
She needs her mother.
She shouldn't deal treacherously with the wife of your youth.
So stop lying.
These bootlicking, jackleg, sorry-ass men, they were going out here humbling all these women and stuff. And they were taking on more wives or more concubines.
You are
They
stalking
were neglecting their duties with the woman of his youth,
me,
he had first got
Holl,
married.
Aaron.
Inside the book, if any of these are
So
diminished at
back
all,
off.
there are rules and grounds for a bill of divorce to be handed into her hand so that she would not receive a reproach or a bad name amongst Israel. But today we got men that all they want to do is make women look bad because their voice is not as strong as a man in a patriarchal society.
One thing is, this is Spencer Bullcrap right
here.
here.
They was going out getting all these wives, then they were neglecting food, they was neglecting the clothing, they were neglecting the
Holl Domay is not your wife.
And pretty much
Holl Domay never got married to you. So stop lying.
And humble all these women, and they want to have